Hi all and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things tech, and today we are going to be looking at one of the silliest things I have ever bought. So when I was researching stories for my weekly tech hot take show where I covered the fun world of tech news, I came across a product that was just so cute and so ridiculous that I just had to buy it, and it's sitting in my hand right now. And of course it is the Casio CRW0011. Otherwise known as the Casio Ring Watch, which is essentially just a standard Casio watch that's been miniaturized into a ring. So I've been told that this was actually something of a popular trend during the 90s, but I am glad that ring watches have made a comeback because this is by far my favorite ring that I've ever bought. So a few of you guys might know that I do love my smart rings. I've worn my Ultrahuman Ring Air for over a year now, and while it certainly is very useful, it lets me know how well I slept, it tells me what my heart rate is, if there's something wrong with my heart, and it can even tell me when I'm going to be sick before I'm actually sick. But the thing is, it's just not very fun. I do have my discount code if you still want to buy it, by the way, but it just looks like a very simple bland ring. It's a tool rather than something that you truly want to wear from your heart. And having used the Casio Ring Watch for a few days, I've realized that this is what I want smart rings to become. Items that just spark a little bit more joy and fun, even if it doesn't appeal to everyone. But please do know that if you do want one of these rings, unfortunately, it was built to celebrate Casio's 50th anniversary, and it was only released in very limited batches. So obviously there's a massive markup on these online, so please don't be like me and buy one of them, because no matter how much I love it, this thing is not worth it at 2 or 3 times retail. So let's see what you get in the box. And on the outside, it's quite a nice little flimsy black box. I mean, it feels $120 worth, so I'm not expecting anything too premium. We've got Casio in gold writing on the front, and let's see what's inside. And yeah, it's a little bit cheap, isn't it? We've got a few accessories in some lovely plastic bags. So inside this one, it's actually the ring spaces. So essentially, since the ring is only available in one size, which is 10.5, if your fingers are a little bit too small, you can use these rather nasty looking pieces of plastic to make it a little bit tighter. And we've also got a bag that contains a black pouch. I wonder how much this cost. About 5p. And unlike most smart rings, you might also notice that there's no charger in here, and that's because the battery is not rechargeable. Rather, it will last 2 years, and if you want to replace it, the rumor is that the screen needs to be removed, and it can only be done by a Casio service center. So yeah, definitely be aware of that. So finally, let's take a look at the ring box. And yeah, it just looks like a normal ring box, so that's cool, I guess. I mean, imagine proposing with this. I don't know, but for me, I think it would be an instant yes, but I'm sure that not everyone will feel this way. And if we open it up, we see a lovely plastic bag. It doesn't feel very premium, does it? It's still very obviously Casio. But once we get the ring out of it, I mean, there it is. Let's put it back in the box and see. Isn't that the most adorable thing ever? Have a look at that. Have you ever seen anything quite so cute? So we can see this is a normal Casio watch that I spent about $40 on, and we can see the family resemblance. So they're both made of stainless steel, and side note, I'm honestly quite shocked at how nicely made the larger watch feels, because it is very affordable, but it does feel quite high quality. They both have a somewhat of a similar band design. You can see where the inspiration comes from. On the front we can see that they both have the famous octagon display glass, and they also have the familiar 3 buttons. And quite impressively, I would say, is that they somehow managed to replicate the really mushy buttons from the big watch on the little one. I don't know what Casio does, but these are some of the mushiest buttons I've ever felt. What's interesting though is that despite the fact that they both have 3 buttons, they do control a little bit differently. On the big watch, the top left hand button triggers the light, as we can see, and it also it's a bit of a selector as well, whereas on the small watch it just starts and stops your stopwatch. On the big watch, you've got the mode button underneath here, and it creates a very annoying beep every time you press it. On the small watch, it does the same thing, but there's no beep, obviously. And on the ring watch, we do have a light button on the right, which triggers a light that's so dim that you can barely see it. The studio lighting just clearly is too bright. Despite the usability issues, I have found that this little ring watch is far more useful than I could have ever imagined. There's so many instances where checking your watch or your phone for the time is a little bit difficult or rude, but glancing at your finger to see the date or the time is just fine. And with the stopwatch feature, although it is a little bit difficult to use, it is definitely possible. So while this ring doesn't do any of the health tracking that we might expect from a modern smart ring, I feel that they should take the success of this ring and build a proper smart ring from it. Like, imagine if it was a choice between this Casio and this Ultrahuman or a similar Oura ring. I feel like there would be no contest. You would just take the Casio. So there it is. Please don't buy it, but the Casio watch ring is one of my favorite pieces of tech that I have used in a long time. And I feel like I should probably sell it, but I just can't because it's just so damn cool. But somehow, if you still want to buy an Ultrahuman Ring Air after watching this video, my discount code is below. And until next time, I hope that you are having an amazing day, and toodaloo.